Hi, my name is Mayhem Melody, and welcome to my first mukbang YouTube. I'm fucking starving, and I got a lot of shit to talk. So my little mukbangs is gonna be a story time too. So I guess welcome to my first mukbang story time. Today we got some Taco Bell, and they got the cheese fries again, which I fucking love. And I'm gonna try the Mexican pizza for the first time. I'm also gonna try. So there's this lady I follow on TikTok. Her name is Lex Love, and she always like comes up with these concoctions and combinations and whatnot. So I'm gonna try the Mexican pizza inside of the cheesy roll up. So I guess I'll start with that. Hope everybody is having a great time in life. So today I just got back from filming content, so obviously I'm new to YouTube. A lot of you probably won't know, but I'm a professional dominatrix in New York City. Oh, and my shirt is so cute, right? So I'm a little queer. Oh, where's my drink? Let me get my drink. I can't eat all this without no bev. I've seen like mukbang videos and stuff where they'll eat all this food, no bev. Yeah. So Lex Love does this thing with the sour cream and the Diablo sauce, which I'm fucking disappointed because while I was in Taco Bell, she didn't give me no hot sauce, which I understand. My order was kind of big. I saw them talking shit about my order, which was kind of funny. So that's how I ended up my night. I ended up in Taco Bell. So yeah, today I was filming content with this guy. I never met him before. Found him on Twitter. He was awesome though. You know, he didn't do nothing bad to me. Thank God. You know, like I work in a very risky business. So she mixes the Diablo sauce with the sour cream. We're gonna try that. Anyways, back to the actual story, not what I found on. Not gonna lie. Mexican pizza is aight. Nothing too special about it. It's like it's good, but it's decent. So anyway, today I went to go film some content for my other sites. I met this guy on Twitter, and we did some ball busting, which I was surprised he could really take a beat down. Like, I was going hard. I'm tired as fuck right now, but I'm so hungry. I was like going in, but the night started off so weird. So I get to the first location he sends me where he's gonna be at, and he got like an Airbnb. And when we get there, he's like, "Oh, I didn't know, but this Airbnb is shared. Is that okay with you?" And I'm like, "No, I'm actually gonna go back home because that is not okay." He's like, "Yeah, some lady up there with her child." Like, yeah, how is that gonna work? Like, we're literally filming ball busting and trampling. You know how loud that gets? Like, girl, all you gotta do is Google me. I am a savage. Like, I don't have no mercy at all. Like, once I'm in full-blown Mayhem Melody mode, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna hurt you, you know? So you're gonna scream, you're gonna make sounds. So now this little kid is gonna hear. I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with exposing little kids to things like that. That's just something I'm not okay with. So the lady in the video that I was telling you guys about earlier, sorry, I'm like jumping back and forth. She puts it in the cheesy roll up, but bro, look at this. Okay, let's see how this goes. That looks sus, but it tastes good. So she takes one piece. She actually puts 2 pieces, but these aren't cut evenly, so I don't know. But I'm gonna do it just like how she does it. Because Lex loves, she be like, that's a 10. I love her. You know, as sus as it looks, it's actually pretty good. So yeah, anyway, so I get there. He's like, yeah, the place is shared. There's some lady up there with her kid. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going home. Mind you, he came all the way from Boston for us to do this. He's like a fan of mine. And I'm like, cool. I love the dedication. You followed all my rules, all my protocol. You know, you passed the screening. But dude, I'm not filming with this lady and her kid there. That's just, that's not happening, honey bunny. So whatever. Once he saw it, I was like dead ass about to walk out and shit. He was like, nah, wait, hold on. Oh shit. He was like, Melody, wait, don't leave. I'll get a hotel right now. And I'm like, about 5 minutes. You better get this hotel before I call this Uber and go home and eat my Taco Bell. Because this is what I've been looking forward to all day. Matter of fact, I've been thinking about Taco Bell for the past 2 months. Because I got a BBL and I was living in Dominican Republic for 2 whole months. And I didn't have no Taco Bell. So I really miss this. So anyway, he gets the hotel room. We get to the hotel. Next problem. He left his fucking credit card back at the Airbnb that he originally had rented from. So now I'm standing there and I'm just thinking, I'm like, wow, this guy is such a dickhead. Like, bro, when we were in front of the building, I told him, once he got the hotel room, you should go upstairs and make sure you have everything. He was like, no, I have everything. Baby, you didn't have everything. So whatever. He ended up cash apping me the money for the deposit, and then I put the deposit on my card. We get upstairs. From the first scene, a trampling scene. So trampling, for my vanilla people that are watching, is like when somebody lays on the floor and you literally walk all over them. You know, I did that. Just walking all over him. He's like, ooh, ooh, ooh. It's so funny to me. Like, every time I do trampling, I'm like walking on people and they're like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Anyway, so we started off with that. And then we did some ball busting stuff. The ball busting, for me personally, that's where the real fun is at. Because, like, you really could go in on them. Like, you could really push their limits. At one point, though, in one of the ball busting scenes, I don't remember. Because that gets kind of mundane for me. Because I do it so often. Like, ball busting is really not that interesting. In one of the scenes, I, like, hit him so hard. Oh, this is when he was doing the ball busting where we were standing. I don't know what the fuck I did. I think I punched him in the balls or, like, kicked him in the balls. I don't know. All I know is that I did it so hard that he literally had to sit down. Like, he couldn't take it. It was so funny. This is not a 10, by the way. I give this like a 5. I'm not into it. But I had to try the Mexican pizza, see what all the hype was about. But it's not something I would think I'll catch myself craving. But yeah. That was pretty naughty. And that's what I spent my night doing. I spent a lot of nights like this. Where I'm ball busting people. Just a little about myself, you know, I'm a dominatrix. Up next, we have my favorite. Like, I can't go to Taco Bell and not get this at all. Like, baby, I love me some Doritos Locos Tacos. I just love it. And they have the new like cheesy gordita crunch with the Doritos Locos Tacos. That is a winner for me, Taco Bell. But you know what, Taco Bell? Y'all need to bring back the ranch Doritos Locos Tacos and the spicy one. Because I don't know what the fuck made y'all think that y'all could take that out the menu. Y'all just leave us with cheese. That's foul. And watch, I'm going to make it my business to learn how to make this. When I learn how to make this, it's over. But yeah, I've done so much ball busting. It's insane. Like, I think I've ball busted more people than like the amount of people I've had sex with. That shit tastes good. This is a 10. I don't know what the fuck Alex is talking about. Mexican pizza. Should be mad hype about Mexican pizza. I'm not into it. Stop talking so much shit. But you know what? You can't trust Cali people and their food preferences. Because another story. I one time stood in California for a whole month. Not because I necessarily wanted to. Oh, that is a story. The summer of 2020, baby. Okay, let me tell y'all about this Cali trip. Because, girl, that is a story. I like to dip it in cheese. I'm like, something's missing here. So, I went to California in 2020. And it was like a really fun trip. But at first, it was like crazy. Like, all right. At first, my friend Jinx was there. Shout out to you, Jinx. If you know, Jinx is my partner in crime. Anyway, so Jinx was there and like we was chilling and shit and we hung out mad times. Anyway, so I was staying with this lady who I thought was my friend. And one day I cooked for her man. Why? She tells me, right? All right, the bitch got OCD. Why the next day, she tells me, like, oh, no. So that day, I cook, whatever. Like, when I cook, I clean. I like to clean after. I like to clean during. Just so it's, like, less work. Because, you know, you get full after. You don't want to do much. Anyway, she's like, girl, don't worry. I'm going to clean. So, all right, I clean up, like, the whole kitchen. I just leave the dishes. I leave it in the sink, though. It's not like I leave it lying around or anything. Bro. The next day, I wake up to the psychotic-ass bitch catching the only temper tantrum. Girl, mind you, it is like 6 in the morning. I don't know what fucking time it is. I don't even have my contact lenses in. I can't even see. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. I was like, girl, if she comes in here, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I start looking at the furniture. I start placing things, you know, in my favor. Like, just in case she walks in here, I'm gonna start throwing shit. Like, where it's gonna get crazy. I will break your whole apartment, bitch. But I'm still like a little intimidated. I'm like, I got PTSD and shit. I'm like, why is she screaming? She said she was gonna wash the dishes. And I cleaned the whole kitchen, so All she literally had to do was the dishes. So I'm like super confused. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I waited until I heard her go into her room. So I was not about to find nobody at that time of the day. I was just like, what the hell? Especially not in their house. Because if I fuck around and beat her ass, I was going to have to do time in California jail. Like, you really got to understand. I don't have the upper hand at all. And fuck around, I do fight her. And she has a gun in her house. She could shoot me. And it's perfectly legal. Because technically, I'm the one that's not supposed to be there. So I'm like, this is just like a messy ass situation. I was like, Lord, protect me, because this is some crazy shit. And this girl's kind of known, but I don't want to put nobody's name out there, because at the end of the day, like, you just never know. Like, California people are weird. It's something I definitely have learned. Can't trust them motherfuckers. Well, I do love Cali, so I'm a sick fuck. Taco number 2. Let's see, what is this? Oh, my favorite is the chalupa. I love chalupas. This shit is not good. Like, what is this? I think it's pita bread. I'm gonna try to make this myself, because I really think it's just pita bread. Excuse me. But I know one of my fans, he likes to watch me burp, so whatever. So anyway. Oh, I have other sauces too. I'm not sure what kind of sauce I got. I think one of these is like jalapeno, and like the other one's like chipotle. And this is avocado ranch. I've heard a lot about this. I'm gonna try this with the chalupa. We'll try these sauces out. So it's the avocado ranch. Let's see if I can figure it out by smell. I have a good sense of smell. This definitely has to be jalapeno. Creamy jalapeno or something. And then this. This is the chipotle one. So anyway, let's try the chipotle one first. Pretty good. So anyway, this bitch catches her temper tantrum. She's acting like a fucking 2-year-old. I'm in the room. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what type of ghetto shit is this? Because I'm not, like, used to that. I'm used to, like, just getting up whatever time. Like, back in the day, yeah, my brother, he used to catch, like, these crazy-ass temper tantrums. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And sometimes I will wake up to that. But that's my brother. Like, it's different, and I had no choice. But in this situation, I have a choice whether I'm gonna stay in this lady's house or not. Like, thank you for the invite, but no thank you if that's how you're gonna act. So, I get on Airbnb. I find a spot. I get up. She's in her room. I go take a shower. I had already packed all my shit. Once I heard her screaming and shit, I packed all my shit. I already knew I was gonna leave. After I packed all my shit, I ordered my Airbnb. Take a shower. I contact the host because the check-in was like something crazy. It was like at 3 p.m. I had to get out of there. So I contact the host. He's like, all right, you could come a little earlier. I explained kind of what was going on. I didn't get to too much details, because you just don't know. Like, I'm not the most trusting person. So this is like still the beginning of my trip, right? I have like another week and a half left, I think, at this point. Because I think I got the ticket for like 2 weeks. So, our apartment, and I get to my Airbnb, and I'm like, I call my mom, and I'm like bawling. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't deserve to be treated like this. And this is like a person I welcomed into my house. Like, she met my whole family and everything. And then for her to act mad funny with me is like, all right, whatever, cool. Like, this is why I hardly have friends and I have to talk to people on YouTube. Because, like, dude, the people I've come across are like, they're not worth it. Like, people really fucking suck. So, long story short, I leave her apartment. I'm at the Airbnb. I'm fucking crying. My mom then has the audacity. Oh, because right before I leave, like, my brother was living in Cali at the time. And I called him. I'm like, hey, can you come get me? I explained to him exactly what's going on. I'm like, dude, I really, like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm so fucking confused. Like, I don't understand how can somebody just flip on you like that? Like, bro, like, I showed you nothing but unconditional kindness and you still choose to be a bitch. I don't know how to react to that. So my brother's like, all right, I'm gonna see what I could do. Whatever. As per usual, he can't be counted on. Anyways, I leave. I still find my way out because I'm just like that. I'm very independent. And I just take an Uber, right, to the Airbnb. I get to the Airbnb, whatever. My mom has the audacity to call me and ask me. You know what she calls me to ask me? To buy. She asked me to buy my negligent brother a bed. Girl, that's when I really lost it. I'm like, fuck him. Are you crazy? I'm like, I literally called him to help me in this situation, which is literally like him just coming to get me and to make sure that I'm okay. He could have taken an Uber, whatever. I would have even paid the Uber. I just wanted to feel some sort of support in that moment. And I couldn't even count on him for that, which I'm not surprised. Like, my brother will have his own story times because that's a whole nother story. Like, he's just that kind of person. Like, we all have that family member that you just can't rely on, and he's that family member. Anyways, so my mom had the fucking nerve to tell me to buy this motherfucker a bed. I was like, no, fuck him. I'm like, you could tell him to go fuck himself. I'm not getting him shit. Y'all want to send him money to buy a bed? That's y'all business. But right now, nobody helped me pay for this Airbnb. I had to take an Uber here, and I'm by myself. I'm 5 hours away from New York City. Like, are you shitting me? Like, nah, fuck y'all. So, yeah, that happened. And then, like, a couple hours later, like, I think it might have been nighttime at this point, she texts me. She's like, oh, so you moved out on me, cuz? Because that's how she talks, cuz. And I'm like, I heard everything you said this morning. You know what I mean? And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I just be catching temper tantrums. I'm like, all right, that's cool, but I'm not gonna put up with that. So I left because I figured you wasn't fucking with me no more. So I'm out. And whatever. Kind of like, there was nothing to be squashed because I don't feel like there was any real beef, but kind of like left it at that. But I never saw her again. Like, and honestly, there's no real good reasons to see someone like that again. Like, I do miss her every now and again because she was mad cool, but she really got issues. Like, I hope she gets therapy. Because when she's like not catching her temper tantrums, she's actually a really funny ass person. She's mad cool. She has mad personality, but dude, when she is catching her temper tantrums and she is deciding to be crazy, She's like the devil. Yeah. Anyway, so that happens. I'm at my Airbnb. I get kind of bored. So I was talking to this guy. He was from Cali. And this is when things start to get... It gets nasty. Oh, this story gets so fucking nasty. But I wish I never met this guy. But then, whatever, you know, gives me something to talk about while I eat in front of a camera. Because that's what we doing now. So, I met this guy on Instagram. He was fucking fine, girl. Like, he looks so good. So I'm like, all right, after all this traumatic shit that I just went through, I'm so dramatic. It wasn't even that traumatic. Like, she was just screaming and acting like a baby in the morning. But still, like, bitch, why you gotta act like that? Anyway. So, oh yeah. So I meet this guy, right? So I hit him up. So I'm talking to this guy on Instagram. He look fucking good. He look... Like, you know. So I hit him up. I was bored. I was like, so what part of Cali you from? And he goes, SoCal. Yo, don't be listening to motherfuckers when they say they're from SoCal. Like, be like, nah, where are you from? Because I'm thinking, like, SoCal is like, you know how you be like South Bronx or like Harlem, which is a part of a borough. Like, it's still reachable. This motherfucker lived all the way in Laguna. I'm in Alhambra. Yeah, Alhambra, California. And anyway, so I'm like, where you from? What you trying to do? He's like, I'm actually not busy tonight. If you're not busy, I'm like, all right, after everything I've been through, pull up. So I have him pull up to my Airbnb. And oh my God. So his pictures, he looked good in his pictures. But in person, girl, I was in love. He looked like something out of Twilight. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, he looked so fucking good. Like, till this day, I haven't met someone that looked that good. But he just looked good. Was this the same day? No, I think this was the next day that I was at the Airbnb. But it doesn't matter. Because this was the next exciting thing that happened on the trip. So whatever. I'm like, all right, let's hang out. He pulls up. I was kind of hungry. But there's like nothing good to eat in California. And I think if I wasn't so hungry all the time in California, I would have made better choices while I was out there. But yeah. So he pulls up. He looks good. We try to find something to eat. At the end of the day, I ended up settling for some fucking smoothies from Denny's. Wackest smoothie I ever had in my life. I don't even think I finished it. Like, I was eating like 7-Eleven food most of the time. I was just like eating to kill the hunger, you know. Shit good as fuck. So then, we come back. You know, we sitting there politicking, talking mad shit, chopping it up. And he's like, telling me how pretty I am and shit. I'm like, you look pretty good too. And like, we're talking about like each other's lives and shit. And at one point, he had me like tie him up and stuff, which was kind of fun. I wish I would have did more if I knew I wasn't going to see him again. All right, let me just get to that part. Because this story, this little love affair I had in Cali, it was fun. So anyway, he comes, we go, we try to get food, blah blah blah. So yeah, we're in my room and we're just talking and talking, you know, like things are like, the tension is there. So I'm actually, you know, I'm gangster, so I grabbed him and I kissed him and whatnot. But this is when it gets nasty. So my period came. and my period came. And that was not stopping him. Like, at all. Like, he just met me. This should have been a red flag, by the way. He had just met me. And, like, he did everything. That too, yes. Everything while I was on my period. Like, he was like, yeah, he licked my taco. Just like I licked that taco, he licked my taco on my period. And girl, I was open because he was so good at that. And like, Lord, don't send him back in my life, but send someone with that skill that he had again. Because the boy was skilled. Girl, I was so sprung. He was so nasty. I never had no one that nasty in my life. I was like, wow. Wow. I was like, I almost told him I loved him. So, the next day, so yeah, that night, great. We did everything. I don't know what exactly I could say on YouTube without getting banned. But there's mad songs that got bad words, so who cares? We had sex. He ate it from the back. Covered in hot sauce. If you get what I'm saying, covered in my lady ketchup. And that strawberry jam that ain't so sweet. Yup. All of that. He did all of that. All of that, bitch. And I was sprung. I was definitely sprung. I was open. I was like, yes, daddy. I don't think I called him daddy, but in my head, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway. So then, the next day, I decide I want to go to Santa Barbara. This is right before I'm supposed to be leaving to New York. So this is how I ended up staying a month in Cali. I'm supposed to be leaving to New York then, like, the day after, right? The next day, I decide to tell my friend Tanya, her brother, yo, let's go to Santa Barbara. No, not Santa Barbara, Santa Monica. I be confused with shit. So many saints in fucking California. So I tell her, I'm like, yo, let's go fucking ride scooters. Because, you know, they had them bird scooters. So at one point, we're riding, though. We riding it out in Santa Monica. Like, we wilding. Like, we riding everywhere. It's mad fun. So I see her brother go down this steep-ass hill. And I'm like, something told me not to do it. That's the crazy part. Like, something was like, don't go down that hill. But I was like, man, I ain't pussy. So I go down the hill. This is when you know when you have sex with someone, there's like energy exchange. I feel like he had demon dick. I'm gonna just put that out there. I really feel like he had a demonic ass dick. Cause why is it that the next day that I fuck this dude, I decide to go down this stupid ass hill and I get scared halfway through, which if you ever go down a hill on a scooter, just go all the way through. Don't stop. I stop. The scooter flipped, threw me across the street, and my ankle got fractured and sprained. Like, I had a small fracture and a sprain. My ankle looked horrible. Like, I'm gonna try to see if I find a picture of this, like, edited in to show y'all what happened. Fucking demon dick ass nigga. Anyway, my ankle's fucked up. I'm like, Tanya, I can't walk. Mind you, my Airbnb is in a house and the room is like upstairs. I'm like, fuck. I can't walk. Anyway, I go to the hospital right after. And I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to stay out here longer. There's no way I could go home, go to the airport like this. Because I was kind of ignorant too. they would have definitely provided a wheelchair for me, which I never asked for the wheelchair, even though I needed a wheelchair. We'll get to that part. I don't know. I am full. I don't know how people do these mukbangs and eat all that food. So we're at the hospital. I extend for one more day at the location where I was staying. And then my friend Tanya and her mom came to get me, and they took me to her house, which she lived in Apple Valley. All right, so that night, Demon Dick comes over. He's so sweet. He's there, like, helping me around and shit. Like, we're just hanging out, talking. The owner of the Airbnb, he was kind of alright. Like, I think he had a crush on me or something. Because he had taken me to Costco, like, the next day to get my medication for the pain from fucked up ankle I had. I was out here pimping, limping. And so after I go to Costco and all that, he comes over and he's like being all cute and like we're cuddling and making out and all that stuff. He's like, at one point, he left, right? Like I limped my way to the door and walked him out. I don't know if it counts as walking because I was hopping. So I hopped him out and I thought he was gone. Why would I come back? He was like standing in the corner. Like, but purposely trying to scare me. But I got so scared I almost swung my fucking crutches at him. Like, bitch, don't try to scare me. I am not the one that you want to scare because I will start swinging. I don't scream first. I swing first. But whatever. We was like hardy har. He was like, oh, I forgot something. Blah, blah, blah. And then he left again. Oh yeah, because the room I was in, like, was where the yard is. So he came in through that door. Which now that I think about it, it's kind of creepy. Like, who else could have came in through that door? So yeah, he came back to get whatever, and I was all happy and shit because his fine ass was there, and he leaves. So I go back to Apple Valley. Well, not back. I go to Apple Valley. It's not like I'm from Apple Valley. So I go to Apple Valley the next day with my homegirl, her mother. And I would stay there because I couldn't come back home with the way I was fucking injured. Like, my house is 3 stories and my room is in the basement. So I literally have to walk 3 stories up to get a cup of water, to do anything, you know? I wasn't going to be able to do that with a fucked up ankle. So I was like, let me just wait it out a little bit until, like, my ankle's, like, a little better, that I could at least, like, limp around a little bit. So eventually the time comes where I'm, like, limping around. So I get all hyped because I'm limping around. So I hit up that guy. I'm like, hey, yo, if I get a hotel where you from, you don't mind getting me and bringing me back? And he's like, nah, I don't mind at all. So I get this hotel in Laguna. And he comes and gets me all the way to Apple Valley. Mind you, this shit is like, I think it's like 2 hours from Laguna. I don't know. This shit is deep. But the problem with Californians is that my friend Tanya says she was from SoCal too. She's from fucking Apple Valley, bitch. Apple Valley and Laguna are both SoCal. But they're like worlds apart. So he comes and gets me. And it's so fucking embarrassing. I'm over here like trying to sneak out her house. But she has this dog. Blew up my whole spot. The dog, as soon as I opened the door, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, Jojo, shut your mouth. So whatever. Me and him, I like limp as fast as I can to the guy's car. And then I get in. He has this tall ass Jeep too at that. Like, baby, What was I thinking? Like, I should have known he was a demon because he didn't even get out to help lift me up into the car. He probably couldn't, though. He was type frail. So, and you know I'm a little thickums. He probably ain't had the strength. He ain't had the muscle for a real woman. So, anyway, I in his car. We go to fucking Laguna. Which Laguna bitches, y'all mad stank for no reason. Like, I don't even know y'all. And y'all passing attitudes. I don't understand that. So we got to Laguna. And like, we had this hotel. I got this hotel for 2 nights. I'm like, you mine for the next 2 nights. Okay, baby. Baby. You're my baby for tonight. Mr. Vampire Man. Come here. So, we're there. We're in Laguna. Blase, blase. We do the deed. Again. You know, I got there. Take a little quick shower. Blah, blah, blah. And we get to the business. That was fun. We spent like all night doing whatever. Sun rises, we fall asleep. And the next day comes around. Bro, this dude was sleeping all day. Like, I get it. I woke up late. I woke up like 2, 3 p.m. I'm like waiting for him to wake up because, you know, I got PTSD. I don't like being woken up out my sleep. I didn't want to wake homeboy up out his sleep. I didn't really know him like that. Which, when I think about it, we be having sex with people we don't even know like that. And yeah, he was just knocked the fuck out. So I was just waiting for him to wake up. I ordered breakfast at one point. I thought that would wake him up. I ordered him some breakfast too. Eventually, he wakes up like at 7 p.m. Mind you, it's like dark in the hotel. I'm like hanging out in the bathroom because I got this ankle. So it's not like I could go outside by myself. I was tight. I was like, yo, my ankle wasn't fucked up right now, I would have been out. Like, he would have found me outside, honey. Like, I never been to Laguna. I want to see what's up with the what's up. Like, I always seen that shit on TV. Like, eventually he wakes up and I'm like, so what are we gonna do? Like, I want to go on a date. What's up? Like, you've been hitting it all this time. Like, we gotta go do something, you know? His idea of fun was going to the fucking mall. Bro, what type of sadistic motherfucker are you? I have a fucked up... Like, really, now that I'm reflecting back on this shit 2 years later, like, you was just a grimy motherfucker. You taking me on a walk through the mall to get ice cream with this fucked up ankle. He was talking about, oh, let's go to P.F. Chang's. It was too late. By the time we got to P.F. Chang's, the shit was closed. The shit was closed. I was so tight. It would go get Cold Stone. But you know what? When you with a dude that you really like and whatnot, like, you really be dickmatized. And I was dickmatized. So I was so happy. I was just happy to be next to him. Little did I know he was a fake ass bitch. Girl. So whatever. We got the ice cream. We're like walking through the mall. Eventually, we ended up at Target. I don't remember. Oh, this was definitely after the ice cream. It had to be. Mind you, that's all he ate that day. Oh, another little bitch ass thing he did. So I got him avocado toast, right? I got myself some avocado toast. I was starving. And by the time he woke up, obviously the shit was mad soggy and like unedible. And I tell him, I'm like, hey, I got you some breakfast. And he was like, what you got? I was like, I got you some avocado toast. He was like, isn't there like too many carbs in that? Like, bro, what do you mean? Like, we haven't eaten anything. We need carbs right now. Anyway. Yo, now that I think about it, I dodged the bullet with him dubbing me. Although I was hurt. I was hurt for like a whole year. So we done walked through the mall. I stole a wheelchair. Yes. I stole one of them scooters from Target, and I was riding around the whole mall in my scooter. Because, honey, this foot was hurting. And I'm over here, like, really limping. Like, it wasn't even cute. So eventually, we leave the mall. So before we leave the mall, obviously, I rode the scooter all the way to the parking lot. Because I was not walking all that. Like, that's deep, bro. I'm not doing all that. We get to the parking lot. We get to his car. I'm like, what's the next move? What's the vibes? I had a blunt rolled and shit. And he was like, let's go to Newport Beach. First of all, that's a ghetto ass name for a beach. I don't care how fancy the area is. Newports is what, like, crackheads smoke. I don't smoke cigarettes, but I don't see a crackhead with no fucking Marlboro. It was got a Newport. The store don't sell loose Marlboros. They sell loose Newports. Anyway. So we get to Newport Beach. And I'm like limping next to this shit is so fucking embarrassing. I hope I'm never this sprung of any guy ever again in my life. So I'm like limping. We're in the boardwalk. We hit a little stop. Oh, before we hit our little stop, so these girls, they're walking out. I'm walking in. And one of them said some funny shit. She was like, ew, really, like that bitch? Like, to me, like, she was looking me right in the eye when she said this. And I was like, what that bitch said? Like, real loud as day. Because I don't know what them bitches is used to. But no. I had already been disrespected too many times on this trip. So, anyway. We get to the boardwalk. I'm smoking my little blunt. Cute. Lit my ass back to the car. Cool. We get back to doing the, you already know, the nasty. And we knock out. Next day, he takes my ass back to Apple Valley. Yeah. So I go back to Apple Valley. Right before I leave, I think it's a great idea to get another Airbnb for him and I to hang out. Like, it was like the night before I left. I got like the Airbnb for like one night. Why his friend supposedly got into a motorcycle accident. At this point, I don't believe it because he was such a little snake. Anyways, the friend had a motorcycle accident. I got back to New York and oh my god, so when I got to Newark airport, because I flew in through Newark, I guess that was the cheapest flight at the time, bro, I'm like limping through the airport. No fucking flight attendant, nobody that worked at the airport cared to tell me like, hey ma'am, we see you're limping, do you know that wheelchairs is an option? Because I didn't know it was a fucking option. I thought that shit was like only for old people or something. Like, I don't know, call me whatever you want to call me, ignorant, whatever. I didn't know that at the time. Now that I know better, like, I just hope to never twist my ankle again. Because honestly, it took like 6 to 7 months for that shit to actually heal where I could walk normal again. So yeah, I get to the airport in Newark and everybody's so nasty to me. At least in Cali, like, they don't do all that. Like, because if you limping, you limping. Like, I couldn't help that. It's not my fault. They're all catching an attitude because I'm limping. So, whatever. I, like, move to a corner. And I'm like, all right, go around me. What the fuck? Like, I'm not taking up that much space. But since y'all want to act like little bitches, just go around me. I got back from New York. That is not right. That should taste sour as fuck. I think the cinnamon delights is a little past the expiration date. And me and that guy, we talked like a few times when I started noticing he's ignoring me. I'm like, why is he ignoring me? It didn't make no sense. Like, you ate it from the back of my period. So you just run around doing that to bitches? My friend, you sick. You sick in the fucking head. Like, you look mad fucking good. But what's going on the inside, I wish would reflect more on the outside. Because I would have left your ass alone. So yeah, he dumped me. Never heard from him again. Still haven't heard from him till this day. Also, I go back to Cali like a year later or something like that. And he blocked me. And I'm like, why he blocked me? It's not like I was going to hit him up to chill. Obviously, he didn't want to chill with me. He was ignoring me. So yeah, that's how that ended. He just blocked me. And it's not like I would hit him up all the time either. Like, once I saw he was dubbing me, I just stopped talking to him. Like, okay, I'm gonna kiss your ass for what? Like, look at me. I look fucking good. I don't have to kiss your ass. But yeah, don't date Cali guys. They ain't shit. They look good though. They really do. He really looked good. Like, if I find somebody that look like that again, well, and another thing, he was kind of cheap. Like, bro, the least you could have did was take me out on a proper date. Or at least bought me some gifts or something. Like, nothing. So, whatever. At least he's not my baby daddy or nothing. But that was pretty whack. I was just like, man, heartbroken. That was the summer of 2020 in California. I can't wait to go back to Cali though. There are some fine guys. Like, on my last trip to Cali, oh my, I met a real life daddy. Like, he was 39. And he was so fucking gorgeous. Like, and he was actually mad cool. Like, he was really a vibe. Like, I feel like if I lived in California, he would have been my man right now. But I don't live in California. I live in New York City. Although I really would like to live in California one day. So make my YouTube poppin' so I could afford to live in California one day. And I could have better lighting. This is my first mukbang. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm really fucking full. I couldn't finish all this food, to be honest. But thank you for showing up. We're all queer. And we're here. We're ready to cheer.